In this video, I shall discuss the judgment of Honorable Delhi High Court in the case of Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited versus JSIW Infrastructure Private Limited. The headnote says that Arbitration and Conciliation Act sections 34 and 37, scope of judicial intervention, awards set aside on ground of patent illegality, held when the terms of the contract are unambiguous, plain and clear. Internal aids of interpretation such as prior communications or negotiations are impermissible. Ignoring express terms of the contract attracts the ground of patent illegality under section 34 of the Act. The relevant paragraphs are paragraphs 42 to 48 of this judgment. Honorable Delhi High Court has relied on the judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of Bombay Slum Redevelopment Corporation, in which it was held that the jurisdiction of Appellate Court under Section 37 of Arbitration and Conciliation Act, while dealing with an appeal under an application under Section 34 of the Act, is limited to examining whether the court dealing with the Section 34 application has decided the dispute within the rims of the section. The fundamental role of Appellate Court under Section 37 is to determine whether the jurisdiction under Section 34 of the Act has been properly exercised. In undertaking this examination, the Appellate Court is vested with the same authority and jurisdiction as the court under Section 34 of the Act, subject to identical limitations. In paragraph 46 of this judgment, Honorable Court has held that when the plain, clear and unambiguous reading and language of clause of the agreement is there, the internal aid of interpretation is impermissible. The law has been settled in various decisions of Honorable Supreme Court in Pandit Chuchun Jha case, United India Insurance Corporation Limited case, State Bank of India case, and Rajasthan Industrial Development and Investment Corporation case. And the same was relied upon by the respondent in the present case. Honorable Court further held that the impugned judgment has correctly held that when the terms of the contract are unambiguous, the negotiations between the parties in contract should not have been looked into consideration clause 1.25 of GCC, which stated that contract constitutes an entire agreement and supersedes all past negotiations, communications and agreements entered into between the parties prior to the execution of the contract. Ignoring an explicit clause of the contract or acting contrary to the terms of the contract amounts to patent illegality.